Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Hope you're having a great week so far. My name is Valencia Clay, and I'm practicing self-improvement workshops on YouTube. So far, we covered positive thinking, belief systems, and the problem child within us. Today's topic is the three different levels of the mind. Now, why should we focus on the three different levels of the mind? Well, to have a healthy, successful, joyful, and happy life, we must have a positive mindset. And also, the three different levels of the mind can not only affect our personal lives, but how we view the world and the relationships that we have with others. So I want to go into the three definitions for consciousness, subconsciousness, and unconscious. And these are the three different levels of the mind. So consciousness is basically the quality or state of mind being aware, that's very important, of an external object or something within oneself. Subconscious is nothing wholly conscious. It's a part of the mind that is below the level of consciousness. Subconscious is, think of a submarine that floats under the water. So conscious is above the water, subconscious is under the water. Then we have unconscious. Unconscious is mental processes of which the subject is unaware, but which influences our thoughts and our actions. Unconscious is a lot of times we do things we're not conscious of, or we don't think about because we just go based on emotions, our actions. Then later we think about it and say, why did I do that? That was an unconscious reaction, not aware in a dreamlike state of mind. So these three levels that are a different three different levels of the mind can affect our lives and have a huge impact on it, positive or negative. So I want to go over an article by Jeff Thomas called Mindset Habits. And he says basically, Jeff Thomas, that let's imagine your mind is like a computer. And I like that because I'm thinking of programming, right? Your conscious mind is best represented by the keyboard and the monitor. Data is inputted onto the keyboard and the results are thrown up on the monitor screen. That is how your conscious mind works. Information is taken in via some outside or internal stimulus from your environment, and the results are thrown up instantaneously into your consciousness. So whatever is around you that you're absorbing and taking in, Jeff is saying, is that you're actually creating into your life. You're typing it into your mind. And when you do that, your conscience is sending a message to your subconscious, and your subconscious is making it come true. Our decisions are based on our consciousness, right? Then Jeff goes into your subconscious is the ROM in your computer. ROM is the place in a computer where programs and data that are currently in use are kept so that can easily be reached quickly by the computer processor. Any recent memories, he's saying, that is stored for quick recall. A quick recall would be remembering a person's name, remembering your phone number. It also holds current programs, the subconscious, that you run in your mind every day, such as reoccurring thoughts, behavioral habits, and feelings. All of these things basically are like planting seeds. When your conscious tell your subconscious something, you're planting a seed, and your subconscious grow the seed. Your subconscious mind would do whatever your conscious mind tells it to do. Now, your unconscious is like the hard disk drive in your computer. It is the long-term storage place for all your memories and programs that have been installed since birth. That's unconscious. Your unconscious is the storehouse of all your memories and past experiences, both that have been repressed through trauma and those that have simply been consciously forgotten and no longer important to use. This unconscious has stored all of your hurts, memories, and your behaviors that you've learned and formed all of your beliefs. That is your unconscious. And most of the time, we don't even realize how we react is based on what has happened to us from our childhood. And that's deep. And I thank Jeff for putting that article out because it really gave me a sense of understanding and awareness. So now, how do these different levels of beliefs, levels of consciousness affect our lives? Well, simply, it's just thoughts. Thoughts affect us whether we're thinking positive or negative. These thoughts have an impact on our lives because if you're consciously aware of what you're putting out, then you should not focus on negative thoughts because you know your subconscious is going to plant that seed. Well, your subconscious, is going to grow that seed because your consciousness is, as on the keyboard, you're putting the information out there. The subconscious is storing it and taking it in, and your unconscious is storing everything. So we have to be aware of our thoughts. That's really what these three different levels of consciousness mean. We have to be aware of our thoughts. The mind is a powerful tool. And so what I'm here to say, really, my thoughts is that whatever you put out, you get back. Whatever you reap, you sow. We're aware of that if we're conscious of it. Now, if we just think, okay, whatever you put back, you get back, I don't know, then that's exactly what you're going to get out. But then look at what's going on in your personal life. Are you getting the job you want? Are you getting the house you want? Are you pursuing your dreams and your goals that you really want to do, or unconsciously behind behind in your mind, you're kind of thinking, I'm really not. You're thinking negative. I'm not going to be able to do these things. So you have to see yourself doing and achieving for it actually to manifest, right? You think positive, you're manifesting. Your thoughts is your consciousness. So think thoughts, consciousness, and it travels into your subconscious and then it's stored away into your unconscious, right? So if you say, I'm never going to achieve or be in a healthy relationship, honestly, you're really not. And we have to take responsibility at the end of the day, instead of blaming others for what's going on in our world, because we really create our world. And that's from learned experiences. I'm still practicing how to create the world that I want, because I'm trying every day to think positive, 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 positive. I have to keep practicing it every day. And so I ask that you do this. Think conscious, be aware. Subconscious takes from your consciousness. It's like you're the captain of the ship is your conscious, and how you move in your subconscious follows that. So if you want to do something for yourself in a positive way, you have to believe that you can achieve that. You can't say in the back of your mind, I'm not going to, because when you do that, guess what happens? Your subconscious is listening to you. It's listening to you. And when it comes to our unconscious, which is pretty deep, we gotta remember that most of our childhood traumas and experiences that we've learned, our behavior, our attitude, and our feelings has an effect on our lives as an adult. So we have to think of all the reoccurrences that are happening in our lives that are unhealthy, that are not benefiting us. And we wonder why. We have to stop blaming others and say, I have to take responsibility for my life. For example, if someone is having constantly repeated unhealthy relationships over and over and over again, and they keep blaming the other person, they're not taking responsibility for their part of it. They're blaming everyone else and not saying, maybe I need to love myself more. Maybe I need to set boundaries. So my purpose of talking to you about this is that concentrate on positive thoughts every day. No matter what you go through, no matter what your circumstances are, you are planting seeds every day. Right now, we're planting seeds every day. Wherever you go, the people you have conversations with are planting seeds. And we have to be conscious, aware of it, not unconscious, because when we are unconscious, we react in our emotions. We respond in such a negative way that then later we say, I didn't do that. I don't remember doing that. Why would I do that? Because we're not being conscious aware. We have to think before we react. So I wanted to go over an exercise with you. If you have a pen and paper, I forgot to ask earlier, sorry about that. It's really just writing down some of the negative experiences that keep reoccurring in your life every day. It could be a bad relationship, it could be not getting a job, it could be repeating certain cycles in your life that you're aware of, consciously aware of, and think about it. And if you have a pen and paper, do it today, do it whenever you can. Just write those experiences down and kind of say, take responsibility and kind of say, why are these things happening in my life? And you start thinking, maybe there's a reason for it. Maybe I'm thinking negative. Maybe I have something from my past that I keep repeating, something from childhood that you saw or learned or took abuse from, peer pressure, whatever it was that you actually absorbed and started to believe that. But it's really not true. It's only an illusion. What is important is right now. Starting right now, thinking positive, letting go of those beliefs, because beliefs can trip you up, because a lot of them aren't true. They were passed down to us. We learned through others. So pay attention to what's going on around you and start writing down some of the things that you want to improve in your life and make positive and think positive. So I want to go over also one of the quotes that I really, really love, Napoleon Hill, from Napoleon Hill, one of his quotes. He says, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So in my how I see it, what you put out, you get back. If you believe in something, you will achieve it. If you believe, because your thoughts are very important, the mind is very powerful. So I ask you to continue to concentrate on positive thinking every day. If you're going through a bad situation and you want to change it, you got to change your mindset. On that note, we're going to leave off with what our next topic will be about, defense mechanisms, because I truly believe defense mechanisms we learn from childhood still affects us today because we used them as children to survive. They were there to protect us, and we still as adults use them. So I ask you to tune in next time for our topic on defense mechanisms. Thank you so much. Take care, and God bless. Take care.